Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. Today, 1st August 2022. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. We should have removed Buhari 2 years ago, Senator. Dino Melaye shares video of President Buhari delivering a speech in 2019. ASU extends strike by 4 weeks. I am not dead, I'm alive. Okeho monarch speaks on death rumor. We kidnap only in Ogumosho, Okeogun. Suspects. My abductors told me that I would be kept for a long time because I am a Christian. Victim reveals. Zach Orji declares support for Tinubu. And to foreign story, Italian police arrest man for killing physically challenged Nigerian. Thousands of protesters stormed Iraq's parliament for second time in a week. And finally, sports. Commonwealth Games, lifter Olanre wins Nigeria's first gold. Now the news in detail. The senator representing the Ondo South, Nicholas Tofowomo, has expressed sadness over the alleged inability of the Senate to remove the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, following the insecurity and other challenges facing the country. This is as he noted that the Senate should have impeached Buhari 2 years ago. He stated these in the chat with correspondents in Akure, the state capital, on Friday. So for Womo declared that there was a need for the country to be saved from imminent total collapse, saying that the Buhari-led administration had failed totally due to its inability to address any of the challenges of the nation. The senator said, "Look at us in the National Assembly now. We are living in 7 months and we are now demonstrating. Does it make sense? Because I'm part of them, I have to join them. If you look at it genuinely, we should have done this 2 years ago. It is very sad. In Abuja now, everybody is idle. If you go to malls now, they are just like ghost towns. Even the National Assembly, everywhere is dry. Everybody has run away. Even the APC senators are angry." From that story to another angle of it, with just 6 months left to the much anticipated 2023 presidential elections, our former lawmaker, Senator Dino Melaye, has come out to react to a throwback video of President Muhammadu Buhari delivering a speech in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, shortly after winning the 2019 election. For those who are not aware, by May 29, 2023, President Muhammadu Buhari will be handed over to his successor after completion of 2 tenures as the nation's commander-in-chief. With that in mind, many prominent Nigerians, including Senator Dino Melaye, have begun looking back at the last 8 years of governance under the Buhari regime. In the video, Buhari is seen promising Nigerians that they would not regret placing their complete trust in his government as he is prepared to continue for a second time back in 2019. Going further, the president promised that his regime would bring an end to insecurity and corruption, adding that Nigerians would have to work hard to earn a living instead of stealing. Reacting to the video on his verified Facebook page some hours ago, Senator Dino Melaye opined that leaders on earth will one day stand before God to give an account of how they manage the leadership positions given to them.
You will not regret trusting us. We are going to secure this country. We are going to manage it properly. We are going to stop corruption. So you better sweat and work for a living because there is no more handout. I thank you very much. I thank you very much for organizing this.
Members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, have extended their ongoing strike by another 4 weeks. It was guided by our correspondent that the decision was taken at the National Executive Council NEC meeting of the union in Abuja, and it would follow the inability of the union to resolve its face-off with the federal government. The union has been on strike since February 14 this year. From that story, we'll go straight to a monarch story. I beg your pardon. There was a story we read during our national news this morning that tells about the death of Okeogun monarch, who the rumor came on, and he has come out to deny the fact that he is dead. He said he's much very alive. And to the next story. The state's police spokesperson, Adewale Oshifeso, who paraded the suspect at the command headquarters in Ibadan, said some of them were responsible for the abduction of Christopher Taiwo Bakari, the farm manager of the former governor of the state, the late Otumba Adebayo Alao Akala, who was kidnapped on July 16, 2022. 17 suspected kidnappers have confessed at the weekend to terrorize Oli Okiogun and Ogumosho axis of Oyo State. They are said to be responsible for the abduction of one Aishat Lawal, Aruna Jai, and Olasunkomi Wasiu. Oshifeso pointed out that in a bid to rid the state of criminals and all scrupulous elements, the State Police Command under CP Adewale Williams has rejigged the command security architecture to cater comprehensively and qualitatively to all and sundry. The PPRO listed exhibit recovered from the 17 suspects as one Dane rifle gun, a detachable old cap, one expended cartridge, 12,000 naira, and a pair of slippers. Speaking on behalf of the suspect, Abdullahi Mohammed, who said he resided in the Igauno area of the state, revealed that the gang started the business 2 years ago. We were arrested for kidnapping one Al-Aji Yahya. I'm an active member of the kidnapping syndicate. We have been in the kidnapping business for over 2 years, and the last victim we kidnapped gave us a ransom of 1 million naira, and I was given 150,000 naira as my own cut of the money. We used to operate anywhere that is conducive for us in the Igono and Ogumosho areas, the suspect stated. Still moving on, insecurity. A victim of abduction, Mr. Victor Ogunshola, has told Punch newspaper in an exclusive interview that his abductors told him that he would be kept for a long time after he disclosed his religion to them. The community health worker at Damari village in the Brunungwari local government area of Kaduna State was abducted in March 2022 and released after 17 days. According to him, he paid them money, including 2 motorcycles, 10,000 naira worth of airtime, before he regained his freedom. Speaking to Punch.com in an exclusive interview, he said, the bandit does not discriminate in the area of religion, but they are more interested in kidnapping Christians because it is easy for the church to contribute money for them. When I first got to the camp, they said I would spend a long time with them because I am a Christian. Punch.com quoted Ogushola as saying in the interview. To point of entertainment story. Zach Orji is the latest Nigerian celebrity and actor to publicly declare his support for the candidacy of the All Progressive Congress presidential flag bearer, Bola Tinubu. At the last minute, the famous singer, Brimo, and actors Gentle Jack and Bolanle Ninonglowo declared support for Mr. Tinubu's presidential ambition. In a 2-minute clip posted on social media, Mr. Orji, Vice President of the Ambassadors for Voice for Change, said his support for Mr. Tinubu is both experimental and personal. The actor said that having lived in Lagos for over 40 years, he knows that Mr. Tinubu is the chief crusader for the consolidation of democracy in Nigeria. He said, I have always known him as a man who stands for equity, justice, fair play, and national cohesion. In his time as a governor of Lagos State, he ran an all-inclusive government drawing people from different ethnic extractions into the executive council as decision makers to run the affairs of the state. People who came from different ethnic extractions were allowed to be part of the decision making of Lagos State. I know with a high degree of certainty that on a national scale, when he becomes the president of Nigeria, he will do likewise. This is what we need in this country. Though we differ in tribe and tongue, charity and brotherhood, we stand tall and proud.
Hi, my name is Zach Orji, actor, filmmaker, and Vice President of the Ambassadors of Voice for Change. My support for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is both experiential and personal. I have lived in Lagos for over 40 years of my life. I have always known this man as a chief crusader for the democratic consolidation of our country, Nigeria. I have always known him as a man who stands for equity, justice, fair play, and national cohesion. In his time as the governor of Lagos State, He ran an all-inclusive government, drawing people from different ethnic extractions into the executive council as decision makers to run the affairs of the state. There is nothing like this. So people who came from different ethnic extractions were given an opportunity to be part of the decision making of Lagos State. And I know with a high degree of certainty that on a national scale, when he becomes the president of Nigeria, he will do likewise. This is what we need in this country. Though we differ in tribe and tongue, but in solidarity and brotherhood we stand tall and proud. I know that when he becomes the president of this country, he will turn the economy around for the better. So join me to support this man to turn the fortunes of this country around for the better. Join me and support.
To foreign story, Italian police have arrested a man over the brutal killing of Nigerian street seller, an attack that was filmed by onlookers in broad daylight without any apparent attempt to intervene. Video footage of the attack on the disabled man, Alika Ogochukwu, circulated widely on Italian news websites and social media platforms. Police said people can be heard saying stop, but no attempts were made to separate the pair. The wife of the victim, Charity Oriachi, said, "I need justice for my husband. That is what I want because it is too much. The pain is too much for me." His death has elicited outrage as Italy enters a parliamentary election campaign in which the right-wing coalition has already made immigration an issue. The mother of Alika Ogochukwu is dismayed. Enrico Letta, the head of the left-wing Democratic Party, wrote on Twitter, naming the vendor who died on Friday. On air of veracity, widespread indifference. There can be no justification. Police have detained 32-year-old Filippo Claudio Giuseppe Felazzo, who was tracked down using street cameras after the vicious attack. He is being held on suspicion of murder and theft, the latter for allegedly taking the victim's phone when he fled. Mr. Ogochukwu, 39, was selling goods at midday Friday on the main street of Civitanova Marche, a beach town on the Adriatic Sea coast, when an Italian man grabbed a crutch. The street seller used to walk and crutched him down, according to police reports. From that story, we'll go to another foreign story, which comes from Iraq. Dozens of people were injured when protesters breached Iraq's parliament for the second time in a week. The country's health ministry said 100 civilians and 25 security personnel were injured after demonstrators swamped Baghdad's fortified green zone, which houses official buildings and embassies, and surrounded it in all four directions. The protesters, largely made up of followers of the influential Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, were demonstrating against effort to form a new government led by Iran-backed groups. After using ropes to pull down towering concrete walls, the protesters were met by anti-riot units who deployed hot water, tear gas, and pepper gas against them. Other demonstrators were seen walking towards the Federal Court and the Supreme Judicial Council building. A previously planned parliamentary session was cancelled on Thursday, and there were no lawmakers present in the building. And a video.
Iraqi protesters once again breaching parliament in a show of support for powerful Iraqi cleric Muqtada al-Sadr. This just days after storming the legislative body to suspend a session to nominate a new prime minister. Al-Sadr's bloc emerged from elections in October as the biggest parliamentary faction, but was still far short of a majority. 10 months on, deadlock persists and a new government has not been formed. Supporters of the populist Shiite cleric oppose the recently announced candidacy of Mohammed al-Sudani.
Sport. Nigerian weightlifter Adijat Olarioye on Saturday night won the country's first gold medal at the ongoing 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in the women's 55 kg event, setting a new games record in the process on her debut, Sunday Punch report. It's also Nigeria's first medal at the Games, which began on Thursday. The 23-year-old clinched gold by lifting a combined total lift of 203 kg. stroke 92 kg in snatch and 111 in clean and jack to win the women's 55 kg weightlifting event and also set a new African record. Indians Bimgrad Sorokabin, who also set a new games record for clean and jack 202 kg, 86 kg in snatch and 116 kg in clean and jack, won silver, while England's Farah Morrow claimed bronze medal after lifting a total of 198 kg, 89 kg in snatch and 109 kg in clean and jack. With the gold, Nigeria is placed 9th on the medals table, which has Australia in 4th place with 13 gold, 8 silver and 11 bronze medals. Meanwhile, it was a mixed outing for Team Nigeria at the ongoing 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham on Saturday on day 2 of the event. The Punch report. Team Nigeria was in action in 2 events, boxing and table tennis, as the athletes recorded both wins and losses. In the boxing event, Aziz Oshoba knocked out his opponent Carl Hild from the Bahamas in the round of 32 bout of their 71 kg light middleweight division. It took the Lagos-born Portuguese 2 minutes and 54 seconds to send Hill to the canvas at the neck all 4. Meanwhile, his countrywoman Bolanle Shobamu lost 4-1 to England's Jodie Wilkinson in the 70 kg light middleweight division. Shobamu lost the first 2 rounds, 29-26, 28-27, before winning the third, 28-27. But Wilkinson sealed her place in the quarterfinal scheduled for Wednesday by winning the remaining 2 bouts, 28-27, 28-27. It was another mixed result in the table tennis as the men's team, led by world number 11 Quadri Aruna, cruised into the quarterfinals after a convincing 3-0 win over Cyprus in the men's Group 2. First, Joe Bode Abiodun and Olajide Omotayo Hamid lost it earlier, and Christoph Sava 3-0 in the doubles team event, while Aruna said Marius Yongun Pakin 3-2. That concludes the world news from BGI TV. But before we call it a wrap, some quick headlines. We should have removed Buhari 2 years ago, Senator. Dino Melaye shares video of President Buhari delivering a speech in 2019. ASU extends strike by 4 weeks. I am not dead, I'm alive. Okeho, monarch speaks on death rumor. And to the sports story which wraps it up. Commonwealth game, lifter Olarioye wins Nigeria's first gold. For more updates on YouTube, the handle is Bababagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placements and goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.